Welcome back. It's the Hoodie and the Headband back with another preview, man. As you see by the title of this program, we got the UConn Notre Dame preview for Saturday night. It's another tough one, man. I don't want to say it's heavyweight. I'll say it's middleweight.
I don't even know what that means because heavyweight just means like size. Like heavyweight's like 205, middleweight's like 185.
You know what? You're absolutely right.
So just say like it's an undercard or it's a
I don't
prelim.
know. See, every time I say I don't know. Every time I heard heavyweight matchup, it's like, oh, you got two of the top dogs going at it.
Yeah, which makes sense. It's like,
But
oh,
at
you
the
got
same time, in other weight classes, you got top dogs in the weight classes.
yeah,
Like Floyd Mayweather was never a heavyweight, but he's a top dog. What, middleweight, lightweight?
yeah.
Manny Pacquiao, top dog in his weight class. Not everybody. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury,
Shakur Stevenson, yeah.
yeah. Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali. Y'all damn sure ain't Muhammad Ali. I'm sorry.
Damn sure not. Not even close.
Damn sure not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, man, we got another preview for you guys, man. Chicago host Bryce, joined by my boy, my brother.
Tariq.
Yes, sir. And we got a matchup. Big matchup. UConn, Notre Dame, two of the top teams in the nation going at it. Number 8, number 15. Yeah, man. First and foremost, man, how do you feel about this matchup going into it? These
I'm
are
always
two
excited.
teams that you like.
Yeah.
One you're a big fan of. Another one you're a big fan of. I mean, I don't know. Tariq's a fan of a lot of people. You got a Maryland hoodie on today. Like,
Hey, man. Y'all know where I'm from, man. Come on now.
Tariq, I don't. No, I wouldn't say that. It seems Tariq don't like.
It's because Bree McDaniel was throwing hands last night. That's why. I don't know what Lauren was thinking. She threw one and Bree said, "Oh yeah, boom, boom, boom." I shouldn't laugh, but I saw the video and I was like, "Oh, that's what kind of time in Maryland and Michigan was on last night, or this morning, or no, not this morning, like tonight."
Other night,
yeah, no, well, it'll be Saturday, so yes, Thursday night or Wednesday night. Sorry, but I was like, oh, they was on that type of time, so I had to put this on this morning. But yes, I do have a lot of teams that I root for. Not saying that I'm a fan of all these teams. I root for. I guess that's the same thing, but I am able to be
admire on each of the squads that you represent.
Exactly.
You put on something.
Exactly, but I'm able to be unbiased and enjoy basketball as a whole. I think I've grown. I think having multiple players and teams that you root for is better than just being like one team all the time. Like it makes sports as a whole more fun for me than it was when I was like. It was fun when I was a kid, but I was also like, we have to win. Like I don't do that no more. Like if UConn lose,
then you're playing against the teams that you like.
Exactly.
Like I like South Carolina, but when they play against Notre Dame, like I like Notre Dame too. So I was able to enjoy that matchup because I like both teams rather than like, oh, screw Notre Dame, da 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 da. Like I used to when I was a kid. Whenever I would have one of my favorite players play it, like I rooted against Kobe. One of my favorite players ever. I rooted against Kobe and Melo. Those are my guys. I'm sorry, those are my guys.
I used to hate Kobe as a kid. I was a D Wade fan, or I'm a D Wade fan, so y'all know how that goes.
Yeah,
and my brother's a Kobe fan, so
Lord, yeah,
know how that goes.
No, just
I'm
out of
arguing every day in the house. Every day we arguing about something.
Yeah, but yeah, here's one of those instances where you got two teams that you like, two programs that you like, and have been a fan of for a while. How do you feel going into this matchup?
This game, this rivalry is always fun. It's been back and forth for many, many years. Muffin McGraw still to this day. She be throwing shots. She be throwing shots at UConn to this day. Skylar, Kaylee McBride, Natalie Achanwa, Enrique. They show that Enrique shot all the time. Now I will say that shot does break my heart as a fan. That shot, and what's her name? Is it Oh, the guard for Texas A&M that hit the jumper.
Oh,
She's got two first names. That's what I know. She's got two first. Not Texas A&M. Sorry, Mississippi State.
Mississippi State. Oh, I say that can go to Mississippi, can go to Texas A&M.
Them schools always mess me up, bro. I'm sorry. I'm always gonna mess up Mississippi State and Texas Tech or Texas
Oh,
A&M. Golly, bro.
it's the
Um,
colors.
her name. I know when I see it, I'm gonna be like, I knew that was her name, but I didn't want to say it wrong.
But
Um,
they've had some moments to where you've been like, damn, you've been on the opposite side, on the wrong side of those moments. You know, it's like it really
yes,
is your team for real. Like you really UConn through and through.
Morgan Williams. That's what it is. Morgan
Okay,
Williams. Morgan Williams. I knew her name was Morgan, but I couldn't think of the last name, and I didn't want to say it
yeah,
wrong. But both of those shots still heartbreak for me. And that was in like my earlier years as a UConn fan. But you know, I wouldn't say the rivalry has dwindled, but it hasn't been the same because both teams aren't still at the top. It
yeah,
was a it was a rivalry because they were 1-2 or 1-4. You had UConn, Stanford, Tennessee, Notre Dame. Those were like your core four. And now it's a lot, and that's a good thing. It's a great thing for women's basketball that it's not just the same teams. It's South Carolina being up top now. It's LSU and it's UCLA and all these other teams that every time we get to March Madness, it's like first time they reach Sweet 16, first time they reach Elite Eight, first time they reach a Final Four. And it's like, dang, like it took them that long, but it's because of how many teams and how many coaches had their team at a high level for so long that it was the same 4, 5, 6 teams in the Final Four and Elite Eight every single year.
yeah,
So it's really been great to see all these other teams, um, you know, rise up and not just be your core two. But I think a part of the issue with this rivalry has been the injuries. Like Paige has been injured. Now this year, Olivia Miles is injured. Obviously, it's still gonna be a really good game, and there's still star power. But this game is a lot different if AC Fudd is healthy, if Caroline Ducharme is healthy, if Olivia Miles is healthy. Um, and there's probably a bigger atmosphere to this game because both teams are probably higher ranked than they are right now. But I still think this is a really big game for both teams. I think UConn, this is their not or next non-conference game
yep,
before they play South Carolina in February. And Notre Dame needs to kind of win like this. I mean, they still have to play Syracuse tonight, which if you're listening to this, it'll be a couple of days ago, so this game would have already happened. But they need to beat Syracuse because they lost to them in the Carrier Dome earlier in the season, which Syracuse is undefeated at home, so that's not a bad loss. But they need to make up for that one, and then they got to come in to Connecticut, and they got to come with a lot of energy to play with this game because UConn is playing a lot better than I think they're on a 13-game win streak now. So things are starting to click, especially shooting the ball wise. They're shooting the ball really, really well. So it's really going to come down to a few things both ways. And I think this game should be really, really interesting, really, really fun.
for sure. You got stars on both sides. You got two historic programs, as you mentioned. Like, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this matchup Saturday night. All right. Don't know why I forgot my question, but what is how does each team win? Like, what is the game plan for Notre Dame? What is the game plan for UConn?
Um, for UConn, just play your ball, honestly. Don't get too caught up in the how to stop a certain player just because they have different ways to beat. There's 3 players that can really, you know, give you problems on the offensive end. And for Notre Dame, it's really gonna come down to the post players. If Natalia Marshall and Kylie Watson can, I don't want to say give you anything, but there's been some games where they've been pretty non-existent, and that's hurt them. They've still been able to win games despite it. These are the kinds of games where you need them to give you more than what they're normally giving you. They can't give you 7 points and 4 rebounds tonight. They can't give you 6 points and 4 rebounds tonight. Like they got to combine for like 17 to 18 and 10 to 12 rebounds. Like UConn's not a great rebounding team in terms of like the top 30 to 35. I think Notre Dame is top 20 is 21st in rebound. So They got a bit of a rebounding edge. They have a steals edge, but that's mostly because of Hannah. So I don't even know how you really want. She's averaging 5 herself.
How about how
So
much the average?
she's averaging 5.5 by herself. So if you take hers off, they're averaging 7 steals a game. So really, for Notre Dame, they got to get the post players to play well, and then I think it'll be interesting to see where they put Hannah Hidalgo, because you're gonna play Anna DeWolf, you're gonna play Sonia, you're gonna play Maddie, and then you're gonna play one of the post players. I'm curious to see if Maddie and Aaliyah match up at all, because I feel like that's a big matchup for Maddie, as a personal matchup, not because they don't like each other or anything like that, but Aaliyah Edwards is a possible potential top 5 WNBA draft pick. If you can have a good game against her, scouts are going to be at this game. This is the kind of game that you would need to exert yourself in, which she's done in games in the past, throughout this season, where it seemed like, all right, they're missing a little bit on offense. They need somebody to, be more aggressive, and she's done that. So maybe this is one of those games where she really tries to take advantage. Now, I don't want to say take advantage because Aaliyah Edwards is a good defender, but tries to take advantage of the opportunity that she's going to have with the eyes that are going to be on this game and the kind of talent that she's going to be going up against. And then Sonia Citron being back is really big for Notre Dame as well, because if she wasn't playing, I don't think I won't say I'm sorry. I don't think they would have a chance if Sonia Citron wasn't playing in this game. This will be her 7th game back. The Syracuse game will be her 6th one back. She's averaging, in her last 2 games, she's averaging 24 points per game, 13 of 24 from the field, 6 of 14 from the 3. So if she has another good game against Syracuse and another game against UConn, then she's starting to get a flow back, and that's going to be big for them as they continue in conference play. For UConn, Paige is Paige. Paige is going to do what Paige do, especially in big games. So I'm not really worried about what she's going to do. I still am curious to see what they do with Paige and Hannah, like if they match up at all. But obviously you have Nika, you have Ashlyn Shea, you have KK Arnold. So they have 4 different players that they could throw at Hannah to try to give her something different. And I don't think Notre Dame really has that for Paige. I think you probably throw Hannah on her, see what happens. And if you don't do that, then you maybe throw KK Bransford on her or Anna DeWolf and see what happens there. But you don't really want to wear Hannah Hidalgo out, having her chase Paige Bueckers all over the floor. So I'll be interested to see how that matchup goes. And then the UConn freshmen are probably the biggest key for this game. Ashlyn Shea is averaging 11 points a game. KK Arnold's averaging 9. They're both shooting pretty well from the field and from 3. They're both shooting 39% from 3. So the 3-point shot is going to be big in this game as well. UConn is 10th in 3-point percentage at 38, and they're 3rd in assists. You're playing 4 point guards basically. They have Paige, Nika, Ashlyn, KK, all can play the point guard role. And then you have Aaliyah Edwards, who can also pass the ball. So, you're not going to be focusing on one player. They've been playing a lot differently the last month or so, I would say, than they were playing earlier in the season, where it was like Paige and everybody was trying to figure out what they were supposed to do. But I think it comes down to the UConn freshmen and then the front court for Notre Dame. I think those are the 2 big factors in who wins this game.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think, not to repeat any points because I don't know, I just feel like we're here with it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I just think that's what's gonna have to take, man. This is a big game for Notre Dame. Being that they did lose to South Carolina early on in the season, this is never like marquee matchup, never big time opponent they have. I mean, being that they're already in the ACC, going against teams like NC State, UNC, Virginia Tech, FSU, seeing another non-con team like UConn, like especially at this point of the season too, helps them prepare even more for March. I know we started this team last year, and I don't see we counted this team out, but kind of overlooked this team because of the injuries that they had last year. And I mean, they made it to what, the Elite 8?
Elite 16.
2016.
They I think they lost the first game. They played Ohio State, right? Or was it South Carolina?
Was it South Carolina?
No, it was Maryland. It was Maryland. It was
It was
Maryland.
Maryland, and Maryland lost to South Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I was like,
But
I know red team.
I know we've seen him. I remember we've seen him. But I remember I was gonna go. But
You know,
they run for that. They run for laughing. But they but no, just seeing because I mean this team is one of the better teams in the country, I believe. Think just one of the better programs and a team that you just can't count out year after year. Especially with the squad that they got this year, man. Like Notre Dame without I know they've been without Olivia Miles, but Hannah Hidalgo has been a big addition to that squad and has made a big has had a big effect on the here I go twisting my words again. See, this is why I need to prepare for the show. Has had a great impact on her team this year with her play, averaging damn near 6 steals a game. That's insane. I don't know. She's just an offensive machine. Like, she's crazy. Or not even just offensive, just basketball machine. Like, she had the most assists in the McDonald's All American game, and she can dish the ball too. Though, like she's averaging 5.6 assists per game too, and uh, uh um we've seen her get high number of assists in these games as well. So I mean, whatever you need, Hannah's gonna provide. So I'm not really worried about how she's gonna perform in this game. It's just I'm more intrigued to see how she performed in this game, being that this is her first time against UConn in her career. Um, so yeah, I mean, she's already looking like one of the better players in the country as a freshman, and is already on that trajectory of being like one of the top players in the country. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. This game is in Connecticut. Um, so I know that'll be a factor. You know, UConn shows up and they love their Huskies. So with that being said, what do you think is the outcome of this game?
I'm gonna go with UConn. I think they have the best player on the court. And in a game like this where I don't think there's a heavy advantage anywhere, I think the best player on the floor is typically the player that can change or can affect the outcome the most. Um, now, Notre Dame could. Now we've seen UConn in ranked games this year, not big, non-Big East ranked games at least, come out slow, struggle in half court, struggle on offense. So I'm not expecting that to happen again, but I would not be surprised just based off of what we've seen so far. But I expect both teams to come out, play well on both sides of the ball. Um, they're both top 10. I mean, one of them's top 10, one of them's 11, but they score the exact same amount of points.
Mm-hmm.
So and they both only give up around 60 points. So this could be either a high scoring game, or it could be a lower scoring game. I would say probably in the middle somewhere. I don't think it's in the 60s, but I don't think they get to 100 or anything like that. I think it's probably like
70.
80, 90s, maybe 70s, like 75 to 85-ish range, something like that.
With it
Um,
too.
I just think with the way that UConn has been playing as a whole, I think they've been playing really well. I think this is a kind of game that I don't think it's a blowout, but I think they win pretty convincingly. I think they win by, I'll say 11 points.
Okay. Yeah, I think with the stakes being what they are, I mean, it's not like they're high stakes in this game, but each team needs like on definitely needs this win, a win like this under their belt going into March because of I'm gonna say they got a no, they didn't have a week non-con, I'm tripping. But being that, you know, they've dealt with adversity throughout the season and you know, just people questioning whether if UConn's time is up or not. You know, like I know past couple years people have counted UConn now. You know, with Paige injured, now AZ's injured. You know, people questioning if Gino still got it or not. Like, I think this is one of them games where they gotta show, hey, we still here. And at home too. So I think UConn got the edge. I'll say UConn, give or take 10 points. Like, I don't want to say it's a blowout, but I think they do win. And then, like, it's not like a close game. Like, they win comfortably, you know. Like, I don't know. I think I'm not finding the word I want to use here. Really, I want to say commanding, because commanding is a blowout, but they take care of it.
I know what you're trying to say. I just think the way Paige Bueckers has played this year, and I'm trying to find the numbers for specifically quad one games, but I saw that and UConn has played in 12. She's the most efficient in terms of true shooting percentage in quad one games, and this would be one of those. I just think she's been at a completely different level this year, and I think both her and Hannah Hidalgo will probably win Defensive Player of the Year in their conferences.
Yeah.
I mean, Hannah Hidalgo, if she
I had 6 steals, like, come on, man.
There's no way you don't put that. And then Paige has been fantastic. She's averaging 2.3 steals a game. She's always been really good at stealing the ball. She did it well freshman year. She did it in high school. And I remember seeing her stats in high school, and her steal stats look similar to Hannah Hidalgo's right now. So I was like, dang, she was averaging 5-6 steals in high school. Like, that's crazy. No way she was actually doing that. I was like, I don't know if that'll translate. I say that, and she's averaged 2 steals a game. I'm pretty sure every year she's been in college, but I said that, and then Hannah Hidalgo is averaging 5.5 steals a game through 20 games. So
Hannah Hidalgo averaged 7.3 steals for her high school career.
She was out there getting like 10 steals every other night. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Steals, 6.4 rebounds, 5.1 assists. I just had to look that up for reference.
Could you imagine being like a point guard and averaging more steals than assists? And it's not like, oh, I only average 2 steals and I average 1 assist. Like, you average 5+ assists, but you also average 5+ steals. Like, that's crazy.
Imagine being a
steals and assists are like identical. It's 5.6 and 5.5.
Imagine being a high school student, being in class for 7 hours of the day, dealing with pre-cal, biology, U.S. history. I face Hannah Hidalgo at 7 p.m. Yeah, I'm sorry. 7.3 steals a game. That's the average. The average. She might go off 10 or 11, get a double with steals.
She's crazy, honestly. It's just
does it without fouling.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Because if you foul, you ain't on the court. You ain't getting 5 steals. So
she like, hey, passion lane, or hey, pickpocket. I'm here.
I don't know why I can't find that tweet. And I just saw it. I saw it twice. I saw it last night, and I saw it today. And I was like, oh, let me save this so I can see it, or so I can say it, so I can say it on the show. No, I can't find it. Couldn't find it in my likes. I didn't search Paige Bueckers' name. Still can't find it. But I know. But basically, and I already knew this, I just wanted the numbers to back me up. But Paige is the most efficient guard in the country in terms of the kinds of shots she takes and the efficiency that comes with all those. Like, and I'm not saying that other players aren't good because they're not as efficient. Like, other players are taking some difficult shots as well, but to get the shots that she gets with the attention that she also gets because of who she is, and that she's always going to get because of who she is, will always be amazing to me. Freshman year, the most impressive thing to me, besides her getting to her spots anytime she wanted at that young of an age, was the efficiency. If she got to that mid-range, bucket.
Yep.
It didn't matter. Against NC State, was that freshman year or sophomore year? Sophomore year? Yeah, sophomore year. Against NC State, like, she got to the same midi spot, like 4-5 times.
I remember
bucket. Like, it did not matter. And
I know,
she's
no,
just
she's known for that, bro. Like that's what impressed me about her because like about any basketball player really, if they're able to get to their spots, that's an art. That's something you got to work on.
yeah.
And playing at a high level, you see the defense increase, and that's why we look at people like in the women's game, we look at like a Diana Taurasi or like a Chelsea Gray or Brianna Stewart at times or like a Maya Moore, just whoever, like they name some like the best scorers that ever do it. Like they get to their spots and they're getting deep. They're getting played pretty hard on defense. Like it's not like they're getting easy. No, like, they're getting to their moves and it just with the fluidity that they do it with. I don't know. I just love it. I just love seeing a player play with that type of flow, with that type of, and it looks like they're doing. It looks like kind of like they're playing in slow motion, like Luca, like how Luca gets to his spot. It just feels like it's slow, but it's like they're moving fast. Boom, like Katie gets to his spots, and that's just one thing I noticed with Paige, as you know, as you mentioned, like she's one of the best in the country at doing that. Now we see players like Juju Watkins that does it, like Caitlin Clark, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like some of the best scorers know how to get to their spots.
Absolutely.
And it takes a
But
lot.
and you can tell when they're great scorers but can't get to their spots.
Yeah.
I don't want to say no names because I don't want to sound disrespectful, but there are
Mm.
players that are really good scorers, but they are volume shot scorers.
Yeah.
Like not necessarily trying to get to a specific spot. Like
Yeah, I think we just unlocked the whole
if
other
they
episode.
feel comfortable, they pull in. What'd you say?
I just think we just unlocked the whole other episode. Like we can get that's a whole different
No,
topic.
honestly, I almost said who I was thinking of, but I'm not gonna do it. But
But
if
anyway,
you think W season, then you'll know who I'm talking about.
mm,
I found the tweet. So before we hop off,
yeah.
um, the it's quad games, minutes played, points per game, true shooting percentage, and then it's saying like the tier that they're in
Okay.
or percentile. So Caitlin Clark, to give some examples, Caitlin Clark is averaging 35 in quad one games. She's played 7. She's shooting 55% true shooting percentage. Juju in 7 quad one games, 28 points per game, 51 true shooting percentage. Alyssa Pilley, 25 points per game, 8 games, 67 and a half true shooting percentage. Paige has played the most out of this list at least. 12 games, 379 minutes, 23 points per game, and 68% true shooting percentage. So compared to Caitlin and Juju, even Lucy Olsen, who shoots 54.9%, Tanaya Lasson shoots 53%, Hannah Hidalgo shoots 49%. With the guards that play similar to her style, she's above them by 12, 13, 18 percentage in terms of true shooting. So that just goes to show just how efficient she really is. And she has some plays every single night. That's like, y'all really be forgetting about Paige Bueckers. She be out
Oh
here
my
doing
gosh, bro. Listen,
it.
I ain't got nothing to do Saturday night, 8 o'clock. You better be tuned in to Fox.
Even if you got something to do, you better be watching the fucking
Bro.
Paige Bueckers is on national TV. You better tune the fuck in.
What he said.
Tune.
What was Caitlin Page?
Somebody said we need to see.
And then that's respect to Caitlin. No disrespect to Caitlin. But before it was Caitlin, it was Paige. And real ones know. Because Paige is like back to that topic we talked about like players that we watched since high school. Paige has been one of them. Paige is like one of the, I don't say one of the first, but it's like one of the more known like women's high school basketball players that we've seen in high school, yeah. Because like everybody else we know them since college. I mean, we've seen, All Americans, whatever, like, Candace Parker in the dunk contest, the All American game, where like other players be All Americans, but they didn't really give the highlight to the women's back then, and then not like they do now. So as far as
I mean,
like first
I
women
get
high school
Instagram.
star,
bunch of high school players that are women,
Paige
and
had
learn them before they get recruited. So
yeah, I think
like
Paige had a
they
number.
got 12-year-olds, like videos of 12-year-olds. They're like, "Oh, class of 2028." I'm like, that's a long time. I'm not gonna remember this, but I'll be like, "Hey, I remember seeing that specifically," but I'm like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No,
this
what should I call it? What was it? Um, Kobe's team, they had senior night.
I did see that. That's crazy.
I was like, dang,
That's crazy. It's been 4 years.
it has been for.
That's crazy.
Oh, I thought today was the day. No, tomorrow's the day. We're recording this on Thursday, so the day would pass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
That's crazy. Gotta put the Kobe hoodie on tomorrow. For sure.
Three facts. Gotta support, represent.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
But yeah, man. But thank you guys for tuning in to another one of our previews. We appreciate you guys' support on all of our content we've put out the past couple of months, couple of weeks, whatever. Yeah, if you enjoyed this, send it to somebody.
For sure.
Send it and tell them to send it to somebody, and tell them to send it to somebody more. Like chain email. Send it to five. Send it to 5 people. We should start making like chain email requests at the beginning of the show so people can share it.
That would be
Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in to another one of our previews. We got a big weekend ahead of us in terms of hoops, I believe. So
we always will with conference play, the way it's been going.
Oh man, this part of this. Anyways, thank y'all.
Appreciate y'all.